they're saying.
I couldn't understand like what they were saying. They kept saying like "nar" and 100, and then all these other. I'm like, what the fuck? Like they lost me halfway through. The
breakdown.
Like when they say "on God," I'm like,
I don't know what that means.
Or like, when people say "I'm him."
Okay, yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Like what?
They say "I'm him." What the fuck is that?
Oh, like your kid? I don't know what that means either.
What they say? I'm like your kid.
I'm him.
I'm
it's
him.
Like, oh, I'm so him.
Who the fuck is him?
Yeah.
Like, can we get a clarification? Who is he?
I don't understand.
Who is he? Exactly. People would say that at
okay,
school,
but
I'd
that's
be
bad if you don't even understand it. Like,
Right.
it's okay for us because we're old, but like, I've asked Jack several times, I'm like, what does this mean? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like,
I think something tells me though that some of this shit is made up by people who perceive what they think their kids are trying to say. Like, you got these parents out here and people our age making TikToks about their kids and the conversations that they think they're having, when really I think that the parents are just misinterpreting. You know what I mean? Like,
no, Carson will be sitting there playing his game like, I'm him, playing like, who the fuck is him?
he's trying to throw out there that that's his character that they're fucking with. I don't know.
No, he's like, anytime he like wins at a game or something, or is like good.
I'm him.
I'm him.
Means,
I'm
like,
him.
I'm that guy. Like, I'm that guy.
Maybe, but that seems like a stretch. It
I
seems
know.
like such a dumb thing.
I'm him. Maybe I'm him means like I'm the man.
Right.
I'm the shit.
That's what
Maybe
I'm
that's
I
what
mean,
it
yeah,
means.
but I'm saying that that's a stretch. I feel
That
like that.
is
I mean,
a stretch.
it is what they're saying.
Yeah,
I
why
feel
don't
like,
you just
but, like,
say, dude, I'm the shit.
yeah, like
or-
I rule. Like there you go. Like
I
rule.
am amazing.
I'm me.
Like that's
I
probably
don't
one of my
know.
favorite
Maybe
parts.
him is
of
an
that.
abbreviation for something.
That's one of my favorite parts of American Beauty when she's like, "What the hell is that car doing out there?" And he's like, "It's a Camaro. Blah blah blah. It's my dream car. I've always wanted it, so I bought it. I rule." Like it cracks me up every time.
Yeah, some of the shit they say, man, it just fucking throws me for a loop. And
I don't even.
I've literally looked at
I
Carson one time.
I don't
was
allow
like, Shut
any
the fuck
slang
up.
in my house because like they say something stupid. I'm like, I don't know what that
Dude.
means. Therefore, never say it again.
Dude is like.
I
the
literally
closest
looked
you
at
can get to
Carson
bro.
and I was like, shut the fuck up.
And Jackson still says bro. all the time.
No, bro doesn't bother me. It's bruh.
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 Yes.
That bothers
Fucking
Dude,
Christ.
Jackson says it all the time. You're not stopping him anytime soon.
I don't know.
It's like, bruh. Like
Bruh.
when they say it like that, I just want to punch them in the
It's
teeth.
like that. It's like
I've
they're
literally thrown
being
a
lazy
shoe-
about
shoe
just
at
saying
one.
dude
yeah,
or bro.
it's kind of like when people text me K. Like there's one more letter, just one.
I always
like
do
it's-
okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I do okay.
Okay.
I say okay, and you don't even have to do the OKAY. Just okay.
Okay.
But when you say K, I just want to send you back like potassium.
So
I
whenever
only
Like it
say
drives me
K.
insane. I
whenever
don't
Crystal
know.
sends me K, that means I'm like shit. She's mad about something.
Yeah.
That's what that means. to
that's
me.
Okay,
what
so that's
I
a
do.
tone thing. You
I
know,
I think
you
it's
know
a
what
tone.
that-
thing.
Okay, got
I
it.
think so. That's what
And
I.
No. People will just like Jeremiah's done it to me before, and I sent him this picture. It was like a dude, like it looked like a mugshot, and he was like, and it said K, like, and then it said potassium, and I was like, that's perfect. So just
It's
so he
even
knows I
it's
don't-
even worse if she sends K dot dot dot. But, oh.
then you
Or
no,
K
you
with the
fucked up.
one
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
K with a period.
No, K dot dot.
Yeah,
K
the dot
Okay,
dot dot
K
is even
period
worse.
is ridiculous because
Because
you could
that
literally
means
go,
something else is
okay,
coming.
I
instead
put
of K
I
period.
put K period whenever I'm angry at someone. But I don't get angry
Noted.
at people
K-
very
K-
often. So.
K dot dot is a little worse because you know something's coming right after that.
See, dot 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 to me means confusion. When I send a dot dot dot, I'm
Right.
confused or I
Right.
don't understand.
No, K
Or
for
I'm
me.
like continue.
so whenever
like,
she
did
says
you not
K,
finish your
dot
sentence?
dot dot.
Yeah.
That's like it's like her saying, like
Okay, but I'm gonna kick
like
your ass
K?
when you get home. Oh,
Like, yeah,
okay,
like
when they
K?
say K.
yeah, like she's mad at me for like
Like,
fuck, like
You
she's
done.
mad.
No, that meme was not it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'll just not come home tonight.
Couch.
Couch, couch.
You got an extra
Alright.
bedroom, man.
Welcome back.
Oh damn, we were in there.
Horror.
I didn't know we were on
back. We are the
I didn't know
Bonsai
until
Movie
we
Crew.
were
I thought
2
that was a
minutes
spider. It was a piece of
Splider.
meat.
What?
No, it was a fuzzy. Calm down.
Fuzzy, calm down. Yeah.
It's on
She
the
almost
ground.
cried.
Don't forget to check out them socials down there in the description. Give it to me. Give it to me. I'm
What?
reading one of them.
Oh.
Damn, he told you.
He just gave me the K, y'all.
You done fucked up, Aaron.
Dot, dot.
we're gonna start doing that down here. K dot dot dot.
I'm gonna read the creator profile,
K.
and then you can read the movie.
K.
You don't need to read everything.
You're the one that makes
Some
me.
of us... No, I don't. You're always like, I'm reading.
Yeah, because what else am I gonna do?
Listen? Conversate?
Jinx, owe each other a Coke.
Anyway.
I can't.
I can't. That's funny.
Let's just go ahead and get into it.
Keep it going. Let's see it.
Anybody want to guess who it is?
That
David
one guy?
Spade.
There's gonna be there's so many.
I know, that's what I'm
cameos in
saying.
this
There's like
movie.
cameos
Chris
and everything.
Farley.
That's what I was gonna go with first. But
Adam
I thought
Sandler?
maybe,
No.
I love Adam Sandler, dude.
Sinbad.
That would be a
It was
good
on
one.
it was in my mind. I was like him. I could do Chris Farley. No.
Who's the other fucking
That
agent
one guy?
dude?
The what agent?
Oh,
dude?
Michael
Yeah.
McKean.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Spinal Tap.
Final Tap,
Yeah.
yeah.
Goes to 11.
Now you sound like a conehead.
No, I sound like David Spade. Do you remember when David Spade was like, like running out? He was such a worm in this
He
movie.
was such a tool. He's like that in a lot. He plays a good one though.
Oh, yeah, I think that's how he started out, but thank God he didn't.
He was
stay.
like
Yeah,
that in Black
stepped
Sheep
out.
and
Yeah.
Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy to a lesser extent.
Yeah,
Tommy
yeah.
Boy. I've never seen Tommy Boy, but that's what that
Another
the
fucking
boyfriend is
movie.
from, right?
This is bullshit. Huh? The boyfriend.
Never seen
yeah.
Tommy Boy.
Chris
yeah,
Farley.
that's what
Funny.
he's from.
Chris Farley.
Yeah.
That
I
shit
knew
is
I
funny.
recognized him.
This
from
is actually
something.
tame. This role.
Yeah,
for him
this
is
role.
tame.
Yeah,
This
he's
role is very
tame.
tame. Like,
Yeah.
dude, Tommy Boy
I
is.
think
Oh,
I've seen
when he
clips
talks to
from
that
that
one
movie.
dude and he starts like banging those cars together and he lights one on fire, that is like my favorite part ever.
Housekeeping.
I love that part. No!
We're on fire!
Kids are dying.
Here comes. Here comes the paddy wagon. Eew.
He's like-
one looks in the car, starts throwing up. Ah!
And then he's like, all because you didn't buy
All
brake
because
pads.
you-
For
brake pads for Callie.
Yeah.
That's literally like my favorite part. Oh.
He sold it though.
Yeah, he did. He did. And then when he kept getting his dad's lines wrong, I could take a shit in a box, or I could take a shit and sell it to you. And he's like, no, that's not how the saying goes at all.
I could take a shit and put it in a box and sell it to you. Anyway, no, you guys, no more guesses?
I'm out.
I can't after that. Ah.
Housekeeping.
Nothing? No?
Don't look at me.
You guys didn't even... Come on, man. Jane Curtin.
I thought about that, but I didn't think she had like a big enough profile. This is like one of the few things
She
I've
don't.
seen in her.
It's not.
Okay.
But I was like, dude, yeah, but she needs recognition.
Dude, she's funny.
She's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious in this movie.
Yeah.
She's like,
She
actually...
was really funny on SNL. If you
Yeah.
ever saw like her, oh man, on her SNL.
aside
stuff,
from Dan Aykroyd, she's the funfunniest person in this movie.
oh, 100%.
My favorite part
The big
is in
phone.
the convenience store whenever she sees the
The
egg.
egg.
And then she sees like, I was like, I don't know why that part was so fucking funny to
What
me.
did she think it was?
She
a
thought they
penis?
were like
Baby. Coneheads.
Yeah, like
baby
little
coneheads or
dolls.
something.
Yeah.
She was like,
I like when they see them bowling, like right at the beginning,
Yeah.
and they're both.
You know, I'll be honest. I went into this movie thinking I wasn't gonna. We'll get there. I don't want to
Yeah,
talk
okay.
about it right
Let's do this.
now. All right,
Get off topic.
I'll
Shush.
read. Okay, that's the
Click
top.
the
Right.
home button.
It's
I
been
know
a
how
long
to
time
use
since
it,
he's
it's
been on
fine.
it.
Well, what?
I wasn't sure which side was the top.
Jesus
Jeez.
This one's pretty short. It's very
I bet.
short. All right,
Oh, I
so
can put that on.
Jane Curtin. Jane Curtin's first calling wasn't comedy, but education. After studying at Northeastern in the late 1960s, she decided to leave academia and join a comedy troupe performing skits and plays in Boston and New York City. She drew the attention of TV producer Lorne Michaels, who was putting together the first cast for Saturday Night Live and NBC in 1975. Curtin joined the inaugural Not Ready for Primetime Players and stayed on until 1980. Along with her stint as the Weekend Update anchor, her best-known character was as part of the Coneheads duo with Dan Aykroyd, a role she reprised in the movie Coneheads in 1993. After SNL, her next major television work was as the star of Kate and Ally, 1984 to 1989, where which she won an Emmy Award. Her next major role was as Dr. Mary Albright, the love interest to the alien played by John Lithgow in the Fish Out of Water sitcom Third Rock from the Sun, which was fucking amazing.
Dude, you ain't kidding. That movie,
19
that show was hilarious.
That show was fucking great, dude. In 2006, her bid to be a regular on another notable TV show failed when Crumbs, ABC 2006, was canceled after one season. She regularly showed up for Saturday Night Live anniversaries and retrospectives over the years, and consistently popped up in a variety of comedies, including the Tim Allen starring The Shaggy Dog, 2006. The Paul Rudd comedy I Love You Man, 2009, and the Melissa McCarthy drama Can You Ever Forgive Me in 2017. And that's it.
I just want to throw it out
Short
there
and
that
sweet.
he picked the smallest paragraphs I've ever seen in my life. Out of all the reading I've done here, that is the smallest thing I've ever seen.
It is short, but I couldn't find
it.
it. I was originally going to read her anyway, but I couldn't find anything longer.
I didn't think she would have, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think she's hilarious.
She doesn't
I think
have
that
a
she doesn't
huge
get as much
filmography
play
or
like
anything.
she should have. But
Yeah, and I actually forgot about her being in Third Rock. That fucking show is awesome.
dude, you ain't kidding. I
That show is
freaking
great.
love that show.
That show is awesome. I was just wondering, what does their house look like?
Always cracked me up that the one guy, French Stewart, on their planet, he was like a dog.
Yeah.
And they chose to like make him human for this mission for
Yeah.
some reason. Like, it's hilarious.
I always just wondered what the house looked like because they lived in the attic.
Yeah.
For some ungodly reason. I don't remember why. But their entire house was like, they never lived in it. They just lived in the attic.
No, I think they rented it.
They owned the whole house, I thought.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I
they
don't
owned
remember.
the
I
whole
haven't
house,
watched it in,
but
like, a
chose
long
to live
time.
in the attic.
I thought that they rented it because when they first got there, it was like the only thing they could afford, and then they just stayed there. But I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me.
You might be
I
wrong,
would
or
die
you
in
might be
my
right
attic.
too. I don't remember.
Don't quote
but I'm
me.
pretty sure
Seriously.
that they owned the whole house, but only lived in the attic.
Maybe it had something to do with their alienhood. Like maybe they like the heat or something.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should rewatch that show. It's a really good show.
I'd watch it again. That shit was funny.
Anyway, favorite Jane Curtin project or anything? Yeah. Madison.
This, I guess.
All right.
Really
Probably
seeing her
this.
in
Yeah,
This is where
this-
you get the most exposure.
For her, yeah.
I liked her on Weekend Update. I love Third Rock from the Sun, but yeah, I think Coneheads probably is like her most comedic.
No, it showcases
Role.
her comedic
Yeah,
chops like more than anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, SNL's good, but like if you don't, the problem with SNL is that you've got great actors and great skits, but that doesn't necessarily mean that every episode is great.
Right.
So you can fade in and out of SNL, and don't get me wrong though, back then that was like prime SNL, so it's kind of a toss up.
Yeah. I think she kind of looks like Ada.
My
Especially if you see
sister?
her, especially if you see her with glasses and her big ass smile, she looks just like Ada.
Yeah, whenever Ada smiles.
What about you, Eric?
No, I said Coneheads.
Coneheads?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was short and sweet. All right. Let's move on, I guess.
It's just still
13 minutes in and we already got that done.
good times.
Yeah, because it's 2 paragraphs.
It's one paragraph. So
It was the size of 2.
shut up, Madison.
Just saying.
Let's talk about the
You guys
movie.
should take that, though. Size of 2. Okay.
All right, this week we watched Coneheads from 1993.
Yes.
Okay. Karen, you got a plot synopsis?
A pair of aliens arrive on Earth to prepare for invasion, but crash instead with enormous cone-shaped heads, robot-like walks, and an appetite for toilet paper. Aliens Beldar and Primat don't exactly blend in with the population of Paramus, New Jersey, but for some reason everyone believes them when they say they're from France.
Their run kills me. How they run fucking kills me.
Beldar is Dan Aykroyd, Primat is Jane Curtin, Michael McKean played Gorman Seedling, Lorraine Newman is Larta, Jason Alexander, Larry Farber, Chris Farley as Ronnie.
And it goes on and on.
Yeah, and
on.
Eli as David Spade.
There's a lot of people
That
in
was
there.
where I was looking to get to David Spade. But there are so many people in
Yeah.
this movie.
Even
I
The
Adam
girl
Sandler's
who played
in
their
it.
daughter was in almost nothing else.
You should
she
have
was
done her.
in.
She did a lot of smaller roles.
Yeah, and she was one of the characters in Dazed and Confused, I
Yeah.
think.
I saw that, and I was like, who?
She was one of the teenage girls, like the part of that group or whatever. I just remember her because I remember watching it and going, hey, that's the girl from Coneheads.
Because I looked her up, I was like, where have I? Because she looked familiar.
She does look
You
familiar.
know who she looks like? And this is a bad example, but it's the only movie coming to my mind. But you remember the movie Bicentennial Man with Robin
Mhm.
Williams?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
the movie in so
She
long.
played the adult version of what's her face, the little girl.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, she didn't. But
Oh.
that's who she reminds me of.
Oh.
Let me
I
find
thought she
a pic- I'll
looked.
find a
I thought
picture.
she kind of looked like Rose McGowan from back in the day. In a
I
way.
think she reminds me of this person. Let me find her real quick. You guys can keep going. I just want to find. This is who she always reminded me of, and that's why I couldn't believe it when I was like, "Isn't that so and so?" But it wasn't.
Right. Well, let's go ahead and would you watch? Would you recommend, Madison?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say yes and yes because honestly, I thought that this movie was one of the movies that you remember from your childhood, but you're like, am I gonna like it still? And then I watched it and I was like, dude, I still love this fucking movie.
I agree.
So,
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely a yes.
That's how
and
I
yes.
feel every time I watch Tinkerbell.
Okay.
Maybe I was wrong. I don't
That's a
see
weird
her in there.
example. Karen, what about you?
Yeah, definitely. Both are yes for me. I have, and it's weird because this movie didn't do so great when it first came out, but and I can kind of see why, but at the same time, you can suck it. This movie is great.
It is very fast paced and like I thought, it'd be great
Not
to
the
see a
running.
series
That's
of
a
this
bad
show.
picture.
Yeah.
Like
Be
you know how much fun
entertaining.
a series like a series like a
Oh, like if they
Yeah.
did like a sitcom or something.
yeah, well maybe even not a sitcom so much as
But I'm saying like a weekly.
like a weekly show.
Yeah.
Like it'd be great. Just to see them through their shenanigans and progress and try to innovate, which I guess Third Rock from the Sun kind of does that, but
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you'd basically be making that movie or that
pretty
show
much,
again.
yeah. Or Big Bang Theory. They're not aliens, but it's kind of the same thing.
Miss Honey.
Oh
she
yeah,
does.
That's who
kinda
she
like
reminds
Miss
me
Honey.
of.
from Matilda.
Oh, from Matilda?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know why.
Yeah, it's not 100%, but that face.
Yeah.
If she had a cone on, she'd look just like her.
Miss
M.
Honey.
Beth Davids.
Miss
if
Honey
anybody
is
wanted
very
to know.
pretty though.
Huh?
That's her name is
Miss
M.
Honey,
Beth.
she's
M.
pretty.
Beth
Beth.
Davids.
Very
Yeah.
pretty.
It's a weird name.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
All right, let's get into it. Madison, go ahead and read the movie.
Coneheads. Let's try not to have a stroke today.
You will. But it's okay.
Oh, okay. Upon discovering a UFO in American airspace, the National Guard sends
Just so you're
fighter
aware,
jets
if
to
you do have a stroke and die,
Mhm.
I'll continue reading.
You don't have to. Maybe take me to a hospital.
Well, if you're dead, might as well finish the podcast.
We'll call for help.
I will possess you and finish reading it.
Crystal.
Can you call 911? We're a little busy.
The way, Bill,
I'm
no,
just
no.
gonna possess him and finish
Carry
reading
her
it
up, put her at the
myself.
top of the stairs. Hey, Crystal, can you take care of this?
Gotta get back to it.
You guys are funny. Look at you. Logged me out because of you. It did not like that idea. It'll change itself. It'll change its own password just so he can't get in and finish reading it.
Will
It'll
it?
hate him forever because I'm the one that reads it all the time. And
It's an
is
iPad.
taking
It
a
already
liking
hates
to
me.
Yeah, well.
Technology thing?
Yeah, it's just an Apple thing.
And they fire on the craft when it does not respond. Activating a cloaking device, too late the spaceship crashes in the Atlantic Ocean near Manhattan. The aliens from the planet Remulac?
Yeah.
Remulac. Aboard.
Sounds like a noise they make if you were getting ready to throw it like that. Rabby lock.
Maybe someone got really drunk or crossfaded.
Like you're trying
or
to talk
something,
and like you just you got like,
Yeah, like
you got like this like
You
a
get
little,
that.
a little bit of dry heaving going on like
You know, maybe
Like
someone.
when something grosses you out and you're like, I can't stand the rock.
Just comes out.
That is just
like, well, maybe they were like crossfaded, really crossfaded, right? And they were all sitting in a circle, coming up with ideas for this movie. They were like, "What should the planet be called?" This guy's like,
Sorry, I drank a lot last night. I think I'm gonna
Remulac.
He was wearing cologne because it's gonna Remulac.
It's gonna make me yak.
Your cologne smells great. Remulac.
We're making people throw up right now.
Somebody's like, whoever's like listening with their headphones every time.
They got a sympathetic gag reflex, just like Mordecai.
Stop it.
Right now, people actually are because we're like making the noise.
They really are like that, though. Have you seen those videos where like somebody will be eating and somebody will come up and do that? And they're like, don't. Like they look like they're literally scared.
I know.
Like,
I used to watch this one where this dude used to make his wife do it
all the time.
All the time. She's like, oh!
Stop it. Hey, honey, I forgot to tell you the.
It's fucking hilarious, dude.
That is so bad.
I'll have to send you because I've got
Can you imagine that being like a weapon against your spouse? Just being like walking through and like she starts arguing and we're like, oh, like what was
Told
that?
You had to make you shut up.
You were saying.
You guys, people are literally vomiting their guts out right now, and you guys won't stop.
We should probably put in for warnings.
They try to reach to turn off the button.
Trigger warning, it will make you throw up.
They're trying to hit the mute button and the
Trigger warning.
Anyways, aboard Beldar Chlorhone and his genitomate?
I don't remember how they said it in the movie.
Let me see it.
Fucking wrist is fucked up.
Where's the word?
Genotonic?
No, she said genetomate.
Genetomate.
I'm like, she said it several times. I'm trying to remember how she said it. Genetomate.
What?
Primat. That was her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Survive and quickly adapt to the human way of life, despite standing out with their conical shaped heads.
We're gonna say cone-shaped heads.
Okay,
just say cone-shaped heads. Not conical or conical.
I don't know who wanted to put that in there and be all fancy about it.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
And metallic sounding voices.
We come from France.
Metallic. Yeah, it's metallic.
Okay. Beldar was assigned by the High Master Mentat.
Are you
Mentos,
sure you want to
the
read
fresh
this
maker.
with all the aliens?
I don't know.
He's the fresh maker.
To conquer Earth as a protoid
That would have been a great
station.
commercial. The Conehead with the mentats. He's got a big old mouth with the sharp fangs.
Under the title of Hugh Survey, Underlord of the Wilderness Planet at the end of the Noctolium Shore Solar Chain.
Trying to say that time.
Oh, shit.
7 times fast. Go
Right.
nuts.
Beldar. Oh my god, already. Beldar gets work as an appliance repairman, and when his grateful boss, Otto, discovers that Beldar has no documentation, he arranges for a false identity, which sends up a red flag that quickly alerts the INS. Meanwhile, after communicating with Marlax, another alien from their world...
I feel like they could have utilized Adam Sandler a lot.
A lot more, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot better, in a better way at least.
The only reason that a lot of these people were in this is because it was an SNL movie.
Right.
It had nothing to do with their star power or anything, because at this point, Adam didn't really have much.
That's true. I guess he wasn't really a big name back then.
No, it was they literally just pulled people from SNL to play like
Which was
little bit
great.
roles. It was this
it.
to me has got like the most out of any of the SNL movies.
Yeah.
And they utilize them in perfect ways. You know, Phil Hartman, he plays his role perfectly.
Yeah, no shit.
That part cracked me up.
Yeah.
These are great seats. These are great seats. These are better seats than we
Even
used
the
to
part
have.
where they first call home, and I say, look, that's Phil Hartman.
Mhm.
He's dead now, sadly.
So sad.
Extremely.
sad.
It's just, the way he died is extremely sad.
100%.
What happened?
His wife.
His
killed
wife
him.
shot him while he was asleep, and
And
killed.
who did he play as?
He was one of the aliens on the alien planet.
Okay.
He was the one that they called.
He was also the neighbor in Jingle All the Way.
I've
If you've
never
seen that.
He was the one that they called. When they get the phone to work.
Yeah, whenever they lived in the trailer.
He's
still.
the first one that they talk to.
Oh.
And then I think he's the one that calls him back.
Yeah.
Many
Why did
zeros
his
later.
wife kill him?
I think that she was. I think that there was something to do with some infidelity.
I don't know what that means.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Someone
don't
was cheating on
remember.
someone.
Well, I think that she had reason to believe that he was having
Cheating.
an affair on her, or something.
thought-
But I could be 100. I could be 100% wrong. That's what I think.
I really
can't
don't
remember.
remember it that well, if I'm honestly.
But yeah, she killed him, and then I believe she killed herself right after.
Later killed herself in the... hold on. I'm trying to find a...
Was it later after?
It just says later.
Yeah.
I'll
So
look it up. Hold on.
really sad. I remember when that happened. I was like a kid. I was like in middle school or some shit when all that happened.
So he's been dead for a while.
Mhm.
After two divorces, Hartman married Bryn Omdahl in 1987, with whom he had 2 children. Their marriage was troubled due to Phil's busy work schedule and Bryn's drug and alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
So I don't think he did
Anything.
anything.
She was just drug-addled alcoholic.
Drug and alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
They found toxicology found alcohol and cocaine in her system. The night of the shooting, she did kill herself that night, but she confessed to a neighbor who then called the police.
She confessed to a neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. She should have just went on down to the police station and turned herself in then.
I don't think she wanted to live.
After the police arrived, she killed herself with a second revolver.
They probably showed up and she's like, nope, not me.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to hear something really shitty? He had given her the gun that she shot him with as a birthday present
Oh.
so that she could keep herself and the kids safe while he was gone.
What a douchebag.
This
Jesus.
just gets worse and worse the more I learn about
She's
it.
in hell right now.
Yeah, no
Oh,
kidding.
Deservedly so.
man.
Oh my
That is
God.
awful.
Yeah.
I don't want to read any more about that. That just
Sorry
ruined my
about
entire
being
life. Sorry.
depressing.
No, that's entertaining. That's what you called entertainment.
That's not entertaining.
No, not with a Phil Hartman.
Oh.
Not with anyone.
Well, that's
Way to
what crime
correct
podcasts
yourself.
are for, though.
I am a good Christian woman, and I would never want to
Why
see
did
harm
you say
come
that
to
with
people.
so much hesitation?
There's no
She
hesitation.
said, "Oh, it's
I'm
like
a
girl-
good Christian woman.
She's.
It was more so like emphasizing that I just talked about it's only funny when it happens to other people.
I think you were
and I
like
didn't
second
mean it
guessing
like
yourself.
that.
You're like, I'm a good. Am I though? In your head, you're like, am I?
No, that was the whole point. It was
Christian
the emphasis
woman.
on
She
the
was
good. I did that on purpose.
Okay.
Like,
I almost
Yeah.
called you Crystal. Oh my goodness, Karen. I sent you a video earlier. This is the one that I just showed Dad. She goes, we can read the Bible together. I read the Bible. That's why I don't bite people. Because God said don't bite people. I was like, oh.
well, first of all, I don't think that's in the Bible anywhere. You can bite
It's
people
not.
if you want to, I suppose, but like, it's not recommended because
She
you
said,
can
I
get
might
diseases.
nibble, but I won't bite you.
Or pass on diseases. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, biting is more for a health thing, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any religious connotation to biting people.
Oh man, I love that video so much. I've been sending it to everybody.
I will watch it and I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'll be like, Primat, I will enjoy it, but I don't know if I will or not.
Okay, but if you don't, you gotta look at it from my perspective, where I think
Hey,
everything
this is what I'm
funny.
talking about. Let's go.
I'm not talking about my family.
Just go.
Okay. I don't know where I'm at. Okay, Marlax, another alien from their world, and discovering that a rescue vessel will not arrive for 7 Zurls, many years.
That's 3.5 Earth years, just so anybody. I looked it up.
Okay.
Wait, the
That
math
makes
ain't
no
mathing right
fucking
now.
sense.
I'm just telling you.
The math ain't mathing.
It was based on the amount of time it took her to have the baby from the time that she mentioned that she was pregnant. That was their analysis.
It took her 3 years to have a child.
Yeah, the gestation period was like 3.5 years or something.
Yeah, but like, that doesn't make any
I don't
sense.
remember.
Because they said they were going to be there. She said she was pregnant. They were going to be there in 7 Zurls or whatever. And then 16 years passed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the girl was 16 or whatever.
Yeah, but that was when she announced that she was pregnant. And then they moved from there all the way to him being a taxi driver. How long
Right.
did that take?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So they did this whole timeline analysis. I don't remember if it's in trivia or not, but they did this
So
whole
it took
timeline
3 years between that and that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still never came until she was 16.
Yeah.
Right, they
which
said
is
it could
about
take
21.
It
And
would have
7
been
times
19
3.
years roughly. They said it could take up to, what they say, 3 zeros or seven zeros or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it
So
took
a
them
zero
19.
is 3 years.
Yeah, like 3 years.
Oh, I thought you were saying 7 zeros was 3 years.
That's
No,
what I thought.
1 0
Oh,
is 3
1
years.
0 is 3 years. Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
And that's only
Okay.
9.
Okay.
No, because the
7
gestation
times
period
3.
from her announcing her pregnancy to them being in that apartment where she actually started to give birth was 3 years.
So that was 1 0.
Yeah, that's 1 0.
Okay.
And they said 7. So 7 times 3 is 21. It actually took them 19 years.
Alright.
They said up to 7 zeros.
Up to so
We could be
okay.
we could be
Okay.
there in 7 zeros.
So it actually took them more like
19
6 zeros
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
Okay. See?
Jesus.
6 and
Okay.
1/3.
Well, I mean, they say things so fast, and like sometimes, like especially
Well, like he
Dan
said something
Aykroyd,
like parsecs and stuff, or not part. That's not a good.
he said he
example, but,
speaks so fast, and I could see why people were frustrated with this movie
Mhm.
because he speaks so fast, and he says all this off the wall shit that you're like, it's hard to catch what he's saying.
Mhm.
So I could see why people are like, all right, what the fuck is he even talking about? But like, I think it's one of the movies you just got to watch a few times, and why not watch it a few times? It's fucking funny.
I agree.
So
I think
You
they
still-
should
you still
utilize
find
Sinbad a
things
little
you-
more, because dude, that guy and him as his first boss. Let's talk about that for a second. What a great boss! Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he had like the greatest like dwelling for them to live in or anything like that, but dude, like he gave them a trailer to live in. They didn't have any place to live. He gave them a place to live. He gave them a job, and like he tried to help him by getting him an identity that he could use. Like that could have hurt him in the long run. What if he, decided to leave to another job
right.
and used what he had given him, which does happen, but you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like he tried to give him a leg up. Him and the taxi driver were actually pretty good bosses, but
I guess
You know.
he's
Well,
Every podcast.
about that time.
when you
Are
find
you
a good
allergic to
employee, you're
something
going
down
to
here?
try and keep them.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
don't
basically why.
Sneeze every time
Yeah.
you're down here.
No, I'm just saying he was
I
a
don't
good boss.
maybe
Maybe it's just too dusty for you.
it's too many spiders.
Don't say that.
Or
There's not
spiders.
that
There are
many
no spiders down here.
It's behind you.
There's not that many
Spiders
spiders down here. They now need to complete.
Rubbish, run!
They now need to completely adapt and safely blend in to raise their child among humans. Ambitious INS agent Gorman Seedling and his
Was it-
assistant Eli Turnbull attempt to capture Beldar and Primat, but they can elude the two agents. Okay. My brain's trying to go this way, and I'm trying to keep it right here, and it's causing my brain to wave a little bit, and it's weird. Because normally whenever I start talking about something, if I want to go in a different direction, I go completely off topic.
You don't
And
say.
then I circle back, and I'm trying not to do it, and it's making my brain hurt a little bit.
You know what I really liked about Eli? Like
It's the future of our military people.
every time that somebody would bring something up, and he's like, "That'd be better if it came through me," and then he does it when he gets up to Remulac, and he starts doing it with the other guy.
Yeah, he's a fucking worm.
Uh-huh.
He's
Uh-huh.
such a turd. But David Spade was always good at playing roles like that.
Mm-hmm. I just like
Until
the
Joe
noise.
Dirt.
I love the noises he makes. Like, eh. He did it in Joe Dirt too. Anytime he got scared, he's driving that car and he'd be like, eh. Crack me up.
Joe Dirt's the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Dirte.
Joe Dirte.
You did.
I got the poo on. It's
It's
my
French.
favorite part.
Alright.
Throw an E on the end of it.
It's French.
Yeah, we just call it Deer Day.
Months later, Beldar has become a respected taxi driver, and the couple live in his boss's cadre's basement? Sure. After the birth of their daughter, Connie. Is that supposed to be like...
Short for Constellation.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be like something funny like Cone.
No, I really, I never put that together when I was a kid. Like, I'm just like, why'd they give her such a normal name? And then, like, I find out it's short for Constellation.
That's cute. I always like the name Astrid, too. It's kind of out there. Spacious name.
Or the orphan.
Hmm?
Oh, that's Esther. Sorry.
Esther.
It's Esther.
That's what I was getting. Like, was one of the other kids named Astrid?
No.
Only Astrid I've ever seen was on
I
Dexter.
don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh.
Aster. It's Aster.
Astrid. Is it
Aster.
Aster?
Yeah. I know, because Chris has been rewatching it here lately.
We started to
Astrid
rewatch.
Schmutz.
Me or Jack wanted to watch it, so I've been watching it, but we haven't watched it in like a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's Cody and Aster. That's what their names were.
Supposed to be short for asteroid. That's space poop.
We keep going back to Joe Dirt.
All right. After birth of their daughter Connie, they buy a home and move to suburban Paramus, New Jersey, adopting the surname Conehead. Beldar begins a new career, this time as a driving instructor. Meanwhile, Gorman, gets a promotion and decides to leave the Coneheads case to the agent replacing him. His promotion, however, is soon held up by the case's extreme expense, forcing Gorman to continue until it is closed. Now a teenager, all Connie Conehead wants to do is fit in with her peers, much to the objections of her father, especially when she begins seeing Ronnie Bradford, an auto mechanic. This causes tension between Connie and Beldar, who strongly disapproves of Ronnie.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Was Ronnie a grown man?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd have to be working in a fucking
Right.
mechanic shop.
At
Or he
least
dropped
18.
out. Like, I'm just asking the question because, like, one time they're talking about like him being, what did he say something about the tux he was wearing? He said something about it being, for a teenager or something. I can't remember the words he used. But then he was working in an auto shop, so I can understand where her dad's kind of got a problem with it.
That, and he brought up just finishing a beer out back on his break.
There you go. So okay, so he is a grown man.
Yeah.
And she's 16?
16 or 17, yeah.
Age of consent, I guess that's not cool.
Okay.
It wouldn't be okay with me,
No, absolutely not.
no. I wouldn't be okay with it at all. I have any fucking ideas.
I think we'd stay on Remulac until
No
you
shit.
got your head out of your ass.
We're just gonna stay here for a couple of what are they called?
Zeros.
Zeros. We're gonna stay here for a couple of zeros until you pull your head out of your ass and dump Ronnie.
And then you'd go to leave and she'd be like, why do I want to leave now?
I'm at the Ronnie of this planet. Could you imagine? That'd be even funnier if it was
Like a
Chris Farley
Farley's
with a cone head. Yeah.
That'd be great.
I
be
found
good.
me a Ronnie of this realm.
I don't think Chris Farley could act without hair though. He acts a lot with like
Well, I was gonna say,
hair
like, I don't
and,
think
like,
the cone would stay on because you ever notice how his head's kind of doing
He's
this
too.
a lot?
Yeah, he's too.
Yeah.
You know, like
twitchy.
yeah, like
Yeah.
every time
Well,
he
that's
gets
the
frustrated.
cocaine.
Yeah,
That was definitely the cocaine.
but he gets frustrated. He's like, ah, you know, and his whole head moves. Like it would fall off at some point.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
what I'm saying. Like he acts with his hair. His hair's always in his eyes or his face, and he's like flinging it around, and I don't know. It's part of his expression.
I really
guess.
miss Chris Farley.
I do too.
Yeah.
But
Did he die too?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
drug overdose.
Sorry. I'm not laughing at that.
Good lord!
We know you won't be friends with Adam Sandler.
Everybody's
anytime
listening to our
soon, though.
podcast, and this is what's wrong with America.
Jesus.
We just lost
Chris Farley.
subscribers.
Chris Farley was a good guy and a good
Not if he was
comedian.
doing drugs.
He only did it because he was very, very sad.
Yeah.
He was alone. Couldn't
Dad,
get a girl.
what would you say if you were a therapist?
You know what? I've changed my mind. Him and Connie are a good couple, and she should have stayed with him. And maybe he'd still be alive. Like, that's so sad. So sad. I would have been his friend.
I definitely would have been his goddamn. I would have done coke with him. You
The
want to
sa-
do coke?
the-
I'll do coke with
The
you.
saddest
No,
part
I'm not gonna do
is the girl he was with. He begged her to stay with him that night.
Aw.
Let's not make it worse.
Man,
it
this is
worse.
such a
Well, I
downer.
was
We're talking
gonna
about Phil
say,
Hartman
what
and
is
Chris
this
Farley.
What the
episode?
fuck is wrong with you guys?
You guys want to talk about Jim Belushi a little bit? Like,
No, I don't.
That's the sad part about it.
it is. What's her name? I'll go
it's
find
the
her.
sad part.
Listen here, bitch.
I'm sure she's living happily somewhere.
And I'm gonna make it very unhappy.
Yeah.
I want to know her name.
I don't remember if it was a normal or a hooker. I can't remember.
I don't give a fuck. Take her down. Sorry.
Keep going.
Burn
With-
his mother to the ground.
With
Calm it
Beldar
down.
going so far as tearing the roof off of Ronnie's car and threatening him after he tries to make love with Connie, an
He's
act
like,
that
"Sorry."
angers
Flam-nut!
Connie greatly.
Did you say flam nut?
He rips that thing open, and then later he's like, "I'm sorry if you hurt your hand when you ripped open my car."
Whenever she comes in and she's like, and yeah, that part where he's like, you're like, flammed up!
Flammed
He gets up out of the chair, and he goes outside and just rips the roof off of his car.
Well, I like how he's holding the back of the car up so he can't go anywhere, but then he sets it down. Isn't that your cue?
Yeah.
Like, but no, he waits. Like, I don't know. Ronnie's one of those
like,
weird characters
"Hey,
because
how you doing?"
you like him, but at
Hey,
the same
Mr.
time,
Conehead.
like, I don't understand that scene because it doesn't really fit him the rest of the
Mm-mm.
movie. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
Right, yeah. I
You
never
know?
understood that. But I think what it was the initial kiss. The kiss, because she, like, kissed
yeah,
him in
but-
such a manner where he was like,
But
oh
does
my
she
God.
have some kind of? I mean, like, is her
That's-
alien power?
yeah,
Like,
I think
okay.
that's what it
I
is.
guess
I
that
think
makes
that her
sense.
kiss-
But
like, made him, like, sexually active right then and there. Like, I think it, like,
I guess
Kicked it
but
in high
Yeah.
gear.
something that she did, like really, you know.
Guess.
Turned him into a flam
He,
nut.
she was like instant Viagra. Yeah.
Yeah, I
She
guess.
tried to suck his whole face.
Yeah. It always cracks me when she takes the gum out and she's like.
Then she puts it back in, like, okay.
No, like how she goes to kiss, she like doesn't, she doesn't pucker her lips. She goes like severe duck face. It cracks me up. Like she's literally going to suck his face. Is what
Yeah.
it looks like
And
She
even
did.
funnier if she did.
when his skin came. No,
Skin
that's
came
so
off.
terrible.
Then it turns into a horror movie.
Right.
Well,
Come
this
back-
just changed.
Come back, he has no lips.
Well,
It's
this
just
just
a piece
took
of
a turn.
flesh right
Yeah.
here.
There's like burn marks on his lips. Like rug burn maybe.
Be pretty funny.
Despite this, Ronnie and Connie make up after talking. Meanwhile, Beldar is
Talking. That was not talking. How they made up. I was so, yeah, me too, That was how they made up. Like, okay.
Okay. Alien language, I guess. He gets it.
There was like 4 words spoken between them and they made up. But prior to that, she wouldn't even talk to him. It's like, okay.
I've actually seen relationships like that in high school work out that way. They'll like say 4 words to each other and be fine, and then there are other relationships where they're just both angry all the time, and it's so.
I mean, I'd say
weird.
that's high school. It's just weird to see it play out like on the screen, I guess, because it's like, I don't know. And I know that it's played for laughs, right? Because she's a teenager and he is not, I guess. But
They don't really.
no, but like he just sits there and she's like, I was, and he's like, yeah, me too, and okay.
Next thing you know, they're back together.
Mhm.
She loves him, and she wants to have her, or his Coneheads, baby Coneheads.
His cones,
His cones.
his baby cones.
Would they come out as cones, or would they be like a little?
I think it'd be
doll?
like-
I think that there would be.
I think it'd be like a half
little
chub.
dollar.
No, I think it'd be like a half chub.
like
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're just
Not
gonna have a
Like,
fully
look
erect
more like
head,
a penis head.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
of a chode.
which would really suck for their kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of hair on the top.
But if you got a
They
but
look
if you got
like
like an 8
they
head,
look
Bird.
like sloth.
No, they look like
it
Bert.
would.
They look like sloth.
It would look like sloth, 100%. Because he always had that little tuft of
Oh
hair.
my
right there at the top.
god! It's his villain origin. That's how
He's not
he
a villain,
was
though.
Sloth's not a
born.
villain.
Yeah, he's
Okay, sorry,
he's
it's his
a
origin. Huh.
I don't think they'd given him up. But anyway, they must
If I
they
was
stole
Sloth, I
him.
would have been a villain.
They definitely
Mama
stole him.
Fratelli stole him.
Yeah, they stole
Or maybe
The
Mama
story of her
Fratelli
dropping
It's
was
kind of
like-
hard though to say
or
that
Ronnie
because
in disguise.
Goonies was made before Coneheads.
explains
Did you just
Sloth's.
What?
She said maybe Mama Fratelli is actually Ronnie in disguise later in life.
Nah,
Yeah.
Like Ronnie had a sex change?
Well, maybe something
No,
happened to
no,
Connie
no,
and it
no,
turned him
he's
into
just-
a villain.
Villian?
Yeah.
Villain, you know? It was just worse than a villain.
maybe that. I mean,
A
that
villain
would
is
that
worse
would
than a
explain. That would
It's a million
explain.
villain. A villain.
It's a villain with money.
Million villain. Yeah.
And then
That-
Connie gets the ability to turn into an octopus. It's all coming together.
It would explain Sloth's supernatural strength.
It's true, yeah. Yeah. Hey, you guys!
I think Mama Fratelli stole him. I don't think that's Ronnie. Just saying.
No?
I think she kidnapped him.
Well, they were thieves.
I think she saw that little baby and thought he was cute, and then realized.
I like
later,
his half chub head.
Yeah, she probably thought he was just a normal baby. You know, like they come out and like his head was just weird because he was just born.
Wouldn't she have tried to return him then?
No.
Once she didn't started to not like
No, they
him?
didn't have no money to offer her.
Oh.
She'd rather change him up in the basement and use him as muscle.
Probably. I'm surprised she didn't start eating him.
All right, go on.
Anyways, man. Whoa, we went way ahead. What happened?
We didn't do anything.
No, we've been sitting here listening to your story.
Yeah.
My story. Okay, I got it. Kinda. Hold on, give me 3 seconds. Exes a teenager Carly greatly, who strongly disapproves of Ronnie, threatening him after he tries to make Connie. Meanwhile, Beldor is preoccupied with winning a golfing trophy at his country club, while Primat becomes concerned about Beldor's attractiveness due to... Oh my goodness. To her due to one of Beldor's driving students, Gladys Johnson, making a pass at him.
That's kind of a dead-end plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just drops off.
They just drop it off.
I think it's just supposed to give you that, like, she's a housewife vibe, you know, who worries about her
Right.
husband, blah, blah, blah.
Infidelity and things
Yeah,
like that.
so, like, I think that's the only driving point for that plot line, and it serves its purpose.
Right.
But the thing
It would have
that
been better
killed
if there was,
me-
like, some kind of conclusion with the other woman.
Like maybe her punching her in the face.
Yeah, it would have been pretty cool. But, like, I feel like that was such a weird vibe from that chick, because it's like, if you go to his driving school, like, 7 times, and you keep failing, and obviously it's on purpose, but you keep failing, like, he's not gonna want you.
He's gonna think you're annoying.
He's gonna think
as
you're a
fuck.
dumbass that
Yeah.
you can't drive. Like,
Leave me alone,
Best-
bitch.
best case scenario, he's gonna think you're a dumbass that can't drive. That's your best case.
Right.
Find another way to run into him. Like, duh. But I'm not trying to say, like,
You're
Beldar
trying to
is
give out
irresistible.
advice for TV.
no, I'm just saying, like, if you're interested in a guy and he say he's not married and he runs a driving school,
Don't play
failing
dumb.
driving over and over and over again is not the way to his heart.
Yeah, don't play
That's
dumb.
what I'm saying.
That's like in Mean Girls. She keeps failing that math quiz, and he was into her until like she just kept failing on purpose.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can overplay your dumbassness. I mean, you can do the damsel in distress for a hot minute, but don't keep doing it because
Right.
eventually it's going to get fucking old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to impress him? Show him like extreme driving skills.
Yeah, Fast and Furious.
There you
Let's
go.
go.
There you go.
I'm gonna letty this bitch.
We're on 2 wheels.
You want to see how to drive?
Put yourself on 2 wheels and make them come closer. There you go.
Gorman and Ellie track the Coneheads to their home and pose as Jehovah's witnesses to gain entry to the Coneheads' home. During the conversation, Primat discovers their communication device to Remulac is beeping.
Dude, I never really put together that she was supposed to be a lipstick before. I didn't. I'm like, what the fuck is her costume? Like, why is she dressed like that? And it clicked for me this time. I don't know why, but it
Ew.
clicked. Primat, she was dressed up like a lipstick.
She was a lipstick.
Remember the
was a
red? And she had that thing
stick of
over her
lipstick.
face, so it covered her face.
Oh.
Yeah, she was supposed to be a lipstick.
Huh.
I never put it together before.
I just thought she was a robot.
See, when I was a kid, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, she's probably like, I don't know what she is, but she got a big red head and, I don't know, weird outfits.
I
Maybe
thought
she's
she was a
robot.
rocket coming through a silo.
A red rocket.
That's what I said. Yeah, I did not put together she was a lipstick.
Huh. And she promptly tells Beldar that he has a phone call from the big phone. This causes Beldar to
big
promptly eject
phone.
Gorman and Eli from their home. Beldar then receives word that their rescue vessel is on its way. At a costume party that night, Connie is told that they will be rescued soon. She disobeys her parental units by returning home with Ronnie. Once there, Connie almost consummates their relationship using their parents' sensor rings. Jesus Christ.
See, whenever they walk in and look on Chris Farley's face, he's like he's half retarded or something.
He might be after that. He doesn't. You don't know what to do to his brain.
He's probably, I don't know. He's probably feeling all the sensations a man could feel, I guess.
Jeez. Beldar and Primat walk in on them, just as the INS show up to take the Coneheads into custody. Ronnie helps stall the INS while the rescue vessel arrives. Their rescue vessel arrives just in time, and Gorman and Eli are taken aboard with Beldar, Primat, and Connie. On Remulac, Beldar is welcomed home, presenting the High Master with a variety of gifts from Earth, including Gorman and Eli as slaves. Mentot? Is that his name?
Yeah, it's Phil Hurton.
Okay. Mentot is at first satisfied with
that's the high guy, right?
Yeah, that's the
high,
whatever you want to call
him,
him.
ruler. Yeah.
Is at first satisfied with what Beldar has accomplished during his time on Earth until he notices that Beldar got his teeth capped, something Beldar had done from advice from Otto as part of blending in. He accuses Beldar of treason and sentences him to fight the ferocious Garthok.
Narful
the Garthok.
Which was an
Much to
amazing
Primat's
effect. It was a great
distress.
effect. Like, the way they did that was awesome. I love practical effects, you know that, but like the way they did this was
It was almost claymation. It was almost
it looked like claymation, but like the way it was done was done really well.
Yeah.
Like, I know it was all stop motion, but like the stop motion looked pretty clean. It was like really clean. So
I love stop motion.
That, and I think the monster looked cool.
I love stop motion. You do it right, it's wonderful.
It looks good,
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah.
That and you can always make stop motion look so pretty.
Yeah.
After the Garthok easily and gruesomely kills others who were sentenced to fight it, Beldar uses his earthly golfing skills to save himself, killing the creature.
I love that.
Run away.
Yeah, I love that.
I've got to run away.
I love that song. They had a lot of good songs in this movie. That one and the one that played at the end, what was it? It was, I don't know, I forgot what it was. But I really like that song too. I looked up a playlist for Coneheads last night and added the ones that I really liked. Because I don't have any of them in my playlist. I just know them and I know that I really like them.
Did you get the one of Beldar singing?
Is there
Run
a Beldar
away,
version?
I've got to.
Not the Beldar version, no.
That's what I'd listen to.
See you pulling up.
Is somebody honking
Get
at me?
away, I've got to.
Oh my god, that would be amazing if someone made their car horn that.
Go!
Go.
For
Go
his
away.
victory.
Go away.
For his victory, he is then granted a request. Beldar wishes to return to Earth to oversee its conquest, taking Gorman back home with him as a minion. Mentat agrees, and Eli is left behind, becoming the High Master's assistant. Acclimating to his new role rather quickly, Beldar leaves for Earth with Primat, Connie, and Gorman in tow. He soon demonstrates that Connie's feelings are more important to him than planetary conquest by quickly faking an Earth attack. Beldar orders his invasion force to retreat and proceed to their secondary target in another part of the galaxy, while making it look like his spaceship has been destroyed by a superior weapon. To spare his life, Gorman agrees to give the Coneheads green cards in exchange for Beldar, proving he has a marketable talent no other American citizen possesses, to which Beldar confidently agrees. 2 years later, Ronnie arrives to take Connie to the prom. Beldar gives Ronnie 55 words of advice and then uses a massive flashbulb arrangement on his home-built Polaroid camera to document the happy event. As Connie and a now sunburned Ronnie depart, Beldar and Primat look at the oversized photos saying, "Memories, we will enjoy them."
The end.
The end.
Which was a really sweet last thing to say for that movie.
Memories. We will enjoy them.
I like the part where they were talking about her flowers. When she was talking about her flowers, and she's like, "You're being nice," and she's like, what'd she say? I think she just said yes. Like she's like, "You're being nice." And she's like, yes.
Yes, I am.
After she
just
got
their complete like oblivion,
Yeah.
you know, like they get that they're supposed to be nice, but not that they're supposed to cover it up.
Lovely
Like,
flowers this year. You're being nice. Yes.
yeah.
All right, you guys have anything you want to cover on the movie? Anything you want to put out there? Anything you want, Karen? No?
I just think that Dan Aykroyd's presentation in this movie made it for me. Honestly, like just the way he would react to Connie, 99% of the time was fucking hilarious to me. Like when she said she was in love with Ronnie, and that noise he made, I can't even like try to replicate it. But he's just like, you know, like I can't even do it. But that noise that he made when she was like, I love him or whatever, and he was like, no, it wasn't that. It was more like, hell no, but with a noise. So, I mean, I don't know. It was just
like a dying cat.
I remember it was so funny to me.
A lot of the noise, like everybody's like, "Oh, their noises are so fucking annoying." I disagree. I think they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I like how the way they talk, and I love it when it's like,
you can't hate those noises and love Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
I mean, just saying.
Yep.
That's another great movie.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of that one.
Mars Attacks?
It's kind of faded off a little bit.
I don't give a fuck. That movie's great.
It is great. It's just got some
care.
poor CGI.
I don't give a fuck.
It was like Tim Burton's first attempt at CGI.
No, it was done on purpose. It's supposed to look like those old 50s, 80s aliens.
Right.
Terry,
Yeah.
you're supposed to add Keisha after that sentence.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
There you go.
All right, we're going to go ahead and...
Let's go, this bitch.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. Madison, what'd you think of Coneheads from 1993?
I like this movie. It's very good.
Every week.
You're right. The sounds were good. I liked the music to it. It was very, good.
You choose all the right words, man.
We should just all listen to hers and then just go ditto.
Ditto.
And then the Coneheads heads, they were funny. I kind of wonder how they got that done though, because
They could only last for 6 hours.
Plastic surgery.
really?
And
I believe
when they
that
took them
one.
off, they were destroyed, so they'd be remade every time.
Oh, really?
Did their brains stick
They
out
took
whenever
they
were
took
doing the
these
plastic surgery?
metal rings and just kept on wrapping their heads and elongated their skulls.
Like a spring.
Yeah, there's
So you
actually
couldn't-
actually people that do that.
But you couldn't
Which is
see
weird.
their brains during the procedure? Or...
Anyway,
What?
what's your
So
score?
I think that's pretty cool too.
Cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
You didn't even go so score.
Fuck the score. It's okay. It's
The
good.
literal reason we're waiting.
I was thinking she had me convinced. Her, like, did I miss it? Like,
That's how you know you did a good job.
like,
I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a 7, probably and a half, because I did enjoy this movie. There's not a lot of old comedies that I enjoy, but this one was pretty good.
yeah. For me, so I thought I was going to go into this movie because I remember liking it as a kid and stuff. And I always thought it was funny. And I thought I was going to go back and it's like, it's probably not one of the movies that I remember being good, but it probably sucks now. I was wrong. It was great. It was actually better than I remember it being from whenever I was a kid. I actually really enjoyed it this time.
Because you catch more things as
I
an
catch
adult.
a lot of stuff. I'm listening to what he's saying. And I think as an adult, you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Because you understand more of what he's saying.
Yeah, that
She's
and
saying,
a
yeah.
father-daughter relationship too.
Yeah. So I'm like, I really appreciate it. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I still love it today. Actually love it more now than I did
They
before.
were arguing like me and Dad would argue.
Yeah. So I'm going to go.
So Connie got on my nerves.
I'm going, typical teenager.
It's more so like, especially the scene where Ronnie was being bad and she starts running her mouth to her parents and then
No,
gets
I
upset
wouldn't
that
do
her
that.
dad does something about it.
Right.
Like,
No.
if you know that your dad's going to have that reaction, maybe don't tell him.
Yeah, maybe don't say anything.
Because I'm telling you right now, if I didn't want my parents to hate, or if I didn't want you out of my life, I didn't tell my parents when you pissed me off.
No,
Right.
if somebody tried to make the moves on me like that and I told them to stop and they wouldn't and I went in and told Dad and he pulled the roof off of some guy's car, I'd spend the rest of the night curled up in my dad's lap like a
But that's what
child.
I'm saying. If you
Yeah.
don't, like...
I don't think
what-
that was
I-
the one you had to worry about.
I heard this thing one time that it was like, we're not over until my mom hates you. You know what I mean? And it's true because I'm like, okay, when my ex-husband happened and all that, I didn't tell I didn't tell my mom about the first time he cheated on me because I knew if I did, our marriage was over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just don't tell him. If you're not sure that you're done, don't tell him.
Yeah.
Remember that time you stopped me with my baseball bat?
Yeah.
So anyway,
It has stopped me a few times.
I think that this movie is awesome. I remembered most of the movie. I don't remember all the words in the movie, but I remember most of it. And I do love the soundtrack. I think it was great music. And I forgot about the mass amount of fucking cameos in this movie. There are so many. And I'm like, as they're coming on, I'm like naming them off too, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Phil Hartman. Hey, look,
He
fucking
even
Adam
named
Sandler.
Adam Sandler to me, and I'm like,
Yeah,
really?
everybody
I
just
didn't know
coming
that's who
in
that
one
Dude,
by
Adam
one.
Sandler was so funny back in the day.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, he
God.
was hilarious back in the day.
Yeah, I've been thinking about rewatching Happy Gilmore and The Waterboy. And those are my favorite
have The
two.
Waterboy.
Mine's Little Nicky.
I know. Happy Gilmore.
Mine
I
will
just
always
get
be
on
Little
that.
Nicky.
All his old shit's amazing. All his
Yeah.
old stuff. But
I don't know if I've ever seen Little Nicky.
it's awesome.
I might have. I think.
Popeye's chicken is the shiznit.
Dude, when that dog falls
I
asleep.
don't know.
La 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 la
la.
la.
Nope.
It's awesome.
Maybe I haven't seen it because I feel like I would have remembered something like that.
Say my
anyway.
name. Say Mr. Beefy. And I love you.
Chicago's the shit.
Anyway, so fuck you guys keep
Sorry.
throwing me off.
You said
Anyway.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
and that was
right.
what threw us off.
Chicago's the shit.
Yeah, Chicago's shit. All right, so I'm gonna give the movie an 8.5 because it's balls. It's the ball. It's the balls.
Okay.
It's the bowl.
So I've probably seen this movie about 1,000 times, honestly.
I've probably only seen
And I
it
haven't
before.
seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
But I saw it enough, like, back in the day that, like, when I watched it this time, I still remembered quite a bit. I didn't think I would, but I did. And that doesn't mean that I hated it, just that I was a little bit more, I don't know, bored. Because I knew what was going to happen and there was no real surprises for me.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that I hate the movie. It just means I watched it too fucking much. You know? So, I still think the soundtrack is great, like you guys said. I loved the family values and things that they were throwing out in this movie and showing how close they were as a family, even though Connie was going through her shit. You know, I like that. I loved the whole beginning part where it's showing them getting set up and stuff like that. I love that.
I do too. I like them showing the point from them getting to Earth until they get into the suburban home.
Yeah.
I like that because you're like, well, how the fuck did they go from that to this house? And a lot of movies would just skip all that.
Yeah.
And I like that they take a good 20 minutes of the movie to dedicate to that.
Yeah,
So
actually,
did like
I
that.
agree. I like that they showed the setup rather than just jumping into like, oh, they're doing fine. Well, how'd they get there?
Yeah, how'd they get there?
I mean, 2 scenes ago we were bobbing heads in the lake, and now we're in a suburban home. But
Right.
I feel like the movie's very well put together from beginning to end. There's not really anything that gives you any question, right? Like you're not questioning a whole lot. The only question I really had was, is Ronnie a teenager or is he grown? I'm leaning more towards grown.
Yeah.
But, it's weird because back then we never thought about it and nobody else did either. It was just fine. But nowadays I feel, I kind of hate the world for making me think about those things. Every time I watch a movie, she older, she underage. I just want to enjoy the fucking movie. Anyway.
It's because it's a
You're not
problem
wrong, though.
nowadays.
That's what I'm saying. I hate the world for making me think like that.
Yeah,
Because
I
like,
agree.
I mean, Ronnie was just
The world
always...
makes me think a lot of different ways that I'm like, why?
Back
Why
in
do
the
I
Yeah,
day,
like
we
back in
didn't
the day,
have to.
Ronnie was just funny, and Ronnie
Yeah.
was fun, and Ronnie was
You
this.
didn't care about
I
how
didn't
they
care
were.
that they weren't,
Yeah.
that he was probably an adult, and maybe that's part of me as being a grown person now. But I still feel like I hate the world for making me think about Ronnie badly. Fuck you. So I guess for me, I'm gonna say 7.5, just because, like I said, I think I watched it too much.
Watched it too much.
So, but it's still a great movie, so 7.5 for me.
All right, Eric, what do you think?
So I really enjoy this movie. I really enjoy the
You know what's
comedy.
funny is every week he says that too. I really enjoy this movie.
I really enjoy that. Not always. There's sometimes
Unless
the
you
movie,
don't like it.
Yeah,
and
then I'm
you're
like, I fucking
really
hate this
I
movie.
really enjoyed this movie,
No.
but it fucking sucked.
no, like on the weeks where he doesn't enjoy the movie, he's like, well.
Well,
But like most of the time, if he liked the movie, he's like, I really enjoy this movie. That's what he says every time.
We
I
have
probably
our
do, yeah.
go-tos. Leave us be.
Hey, they found what works for him.
It
Let 'em be.
helps the conversation start a little bit. It helps the
I really
brain
enjoy this
relax.
movie.
I'm gonna start saying, meh, it was okay.
But I'll give it a 9.
It was good.
It was good. I enjoyed myself.
Movie good 9. No,
Yeah.
Movie good. Music good.
I'm gonna
That's what we
start,
need to get. We need to get cards.
start sounding like
Hold it up.
Let's hold it up. I'll give it an 8.
That's what we should do for a live watch.
I'm
we
gonna
did for
start
the-
sounding like Kevin from
You gotta
Office.
do the drum
Just at the
roll.
end, you're like,
You gotta do the drum roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna start sounding like Kevin from The Office.
oh god. Why say many word when one word do trick?
Yeah,
Is The
exactly.
Office good?
Oh, god, yes.
God.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's definitely worth at least one watch. I've watched it 3 times.
Yes.
Well, I've watched Brooklyn 996.
And if you
One time by myself. The second time I watched it with someone else, and the third time I watched it with Jeremiah.
now,
Well, somebody
you-
told me that The Office was like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, except not a police.
Yeah.
precinct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
can
I
see
could
that
see
too.
I could see the similarities there,
I
but
see the
you know,
similarities.
The Office was first.
Yeah.
yeah. So if you like The Office, you should watch The Community or Community.
Oh, Community's fucking
Community's
hilarious.
good
Oh,
too,
it's
yeah.
fucking hilarious. Anyways, movie was pretty good. I enjoy the comedy skits in it, the music in it, and just a lot of the cameos. One thing I want to bring up though is how the fuck did they not get caught with them with the way they run?
I think that's part of the joke.
Yeah.
Is that they're so over the top that as the audience you're going, how do they not know they're not from France? But it's
Yeah.
funny that they think they are. Like it's fun.
It's one of them. It's one of them types of situations like they do in a lot of movies and shows where they're aliens. The people around them are just too dumb to realize it.
Yeah, well, and I think
And
it's part of the
Either
the
that
joke,
or they
right?
don't care.
Yeah, it's part of the joke, right? Like,
Yeah.
and there are people out there that like they're not going to care who or what you are as long as you're a good person, right?
Yeah.
So like I can get behind that. You know what I didn't get though, and I forgot to bring this up when I did mine. The gum.
Yeah, the
If
condom.
I'm somebody's friend, I'm going to tell you.
Oh,
At some
okay.
point,
No,
I'm gonna
I'm
tell
laughing.
I will not.
That part made
You
me
would
giggle
not?
every time.
I would not
You would
because
tell,
that would be
like,
so
you
fucking
warn your
funny.
friend.
Hey, it's a
So
condom.
Beldar,
It's funny.
That is a condom.
It's funny because
not
Crystal
gum.
just shook her head and I was giggling.
Oh yeah, I giggled like a school
Well,
girl.
Jackson and Gavin both asked what it was. Dad told him it was a balloon, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Gavin knew what that was.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Because Gavin was the one that asked what that was, and I
Yeah,
just kind
she-
of looked at him like,
They blew it out and she's like, and they're like, "What is that?" And I was like, I was gonna tell them it was a condom, but Crystal was like, "It's a balloon." I was like, "Yeah, kinda."
he blew it up like one. Just let him believe it.
We can make balloon animals out of it.
Gavin knew what that was.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no way.
What was your score?
So I'm gonna give it a 8.
8. Okay. All right. What does that bring us to?
7.9. Might as well say 7.9.
We didn't really talk about the birthing part either.
Listen,
Where like Sinbad and the old dude got it all
the
over. Like
water.
look,
The
that
water,
was
though.
hilarious, but I kind of got thrown out of that scene a little bit because there's a few tropes that I cannot stand anymore. One of them is like the dad not knowing what to do or how to react in those kind of situations. Like, everybody knows how childbirth's going to go. Like, you have a pretty good idea. I mean, yeah, I can understand being nervous or being...
It is a dumb trope. Yeah.
I hate it. And I hate... The other one I hate is when, like, it worked, like, in the early 80s, early to mid-80s. The dad has to stay at home, like Mr. Mom. That's a hilarious movie. But nowadays, don't give me that bullshit.
Yeah.
If a guy doesn't know how to take care of his kids nowadays when there aren't stay-at-home moms much anymore, or hell, even if there are stay-at-home moms, men are more involved in the raising of their children now than they ever have been.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
hey,
don't
what's
give
up?
me that trope. I'm saying don't give me that trope that men don't know how to take care of their kids.
Yeah.
It just drives me nuts. Anyway, note, Hollywood, 2 things. Stop doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you'd be surprised how many men actually are taking care of their kids.
It just drives me
How
crazy.
many mothers don't?
Yeah.
Or like if I hear a dude in a movie say I gotta go babysit my kid. You're not babysitting your fucking kid. You're taking care of your kid.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into our Rotten Tomatoes, guys.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Not.
Critics, I'm going to say probably
Oh, I'm going 42.
Critics?
42,
52.
52.
32.
What'd you say?
42.
I gotta do some math. Hold
Do
on.
the math, carry the 1.
Let's carry the 7.
So you got...
I know I'm in the running anyway.
You're in the middle,
So,
so
no.
obviously.
It's a tie. It's a
Between-
tie between you two.
You get it, man.
Because it's 37%.
Can we do rock, paper, scissors?
So that's what she had. What did you say?
32?
32, and you said 42.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a tie.
Yeah. No, you can do it. You're
I
good.
just want to play rock, paper, scissors. Always
See,
lose.
why don't you just take it?
Just
one more time,
take
one more
it.
time.
No, you got to do it 2
Three.
more times. You lost.
Did you really think she was going to pull a rock a third time?
No, I don't know why I did that.
Jeez.
You should have just done rock
Well,
again.
Karen, you win. Without even trying.
I tried to give it to her. You guys are all witnesses.
I did this last time we tied
I know.
too.
I know. That's why every time when you're like, let's do rock, paper, scissors, I'm like, why though?
I'm giving it
Why
to you.
torment yourself?
She wants to win it fair and square.
I win.
I do.
All right, so...
I always lose it fair and square too.
All right, critics' consensus is listless, crude, and overall uninspired. Coneheads offers further evidence that stretching an SNL sketch to feature length can be tougher than narfing a Garthlog.
Okay, you can't use that if you're gonna down
If
the
you're gonna
movie,
down the
fuckers.
movie, yeah.
I'm sticking with my 52.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say 50.
40.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
you bitch! I was gonna say 42
Oh.
again. God damn it.
Yeah.
45.
Madison will take this one. It is 38%. It is only
Lord.
1% higher than the critics.
You're all wrong.
I agree. I agree.
That's a terrible state of events we live in, isn't it?
Yep. All right, so here's a 1.5 star. Unfunny, boring, and at times downright cringy. Conehead spends too much time showing off Lorne Michaels' minions and not enough time putting together a smart and cohesive story.
Well, Lottie
Speaking of
frickin'
wrestling
da!
That's actually from the show, even.
Uh,
Here's a 1 or a half star. Coneheads is a stupid comedy with awful jokes and a story that is a thin. I think they meant as thin as a piece of string. If you want to watch a funny Dan Aykroyd comedy, then just watch Ghostbusters.
Okay, but not all
I can't
comedies
use the
need
next
to be
one, Prince.
complicated and full of stuff.
And not all
so-
you can't refer to every actor's best piece of work as, oh, go watch this instead. Like, why? He's got other good projects, man.
Yeah, Dan
Definitely, I'm trading.
Dan
trading
Aykroyd's done a lot
spaces.
of good.
Yeah, Trading Spaces is a really
Hilarious.
good one. Here's another half star. Couldn't even watch a half hour of this trash.
Then
which is-
don't fucking get on
fucking
here
do.
and review.
SNL's great, but this was so stupid and dumb. I couldn't stand it. Basically, the plot's centering on an alien family with cone-shaped heads based on an old SNL sketch who pose as an all-American family despite their odd cravings and behavior. This may or may not be an unfair review. I got as far as the daughter, Connie, doing teen stuff and hanging around with Chris Farley, but the characters' annoying alien monotone voices are incredibly unbearable, and it's odd and completely unfunny to watch. I can't name one part I laughed at. Awful movie. You just sound like
Shut up!
look, another one of their minions.
Are you doing it on purpose now?
No, it's just the ones to see.
No, they're just funny. That's yes, you sound soulless, man. Anyway, half star is like 100 dots. And that says, this is simply put the worst movie I have ever seen. That's all they say.
Fuck
Yeah,
your
much
own
to you.
face!
All right.
Some really bad
1
movies
star.
out
The
there.
worst SNL movie since It's Pat.
I never saw that one actually.
I didn't either because I heard it was
Pat
fucking
was in
terrible.
this.
Who plays Pat?
The principal.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. Star and a half. The skits were well conceived. This is a movie, not so much.
Huh?
This as a
Okay.
movie, not so much. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I misread that. The skits were well conceived. This as a movie, not so much. Half a star. Grossed me out. Didn't find it humorous at all, even with Chris Farley in it. I don't know what grossed you out. It wasn't that bad. Jesus.
Trying to think of what
I
was
got
gross.
one more.
Maybe whenever water dropped and literally created a tsunami. But I
Yeah.
thought that was hilarious.
Sure, but like it was just water. There was no
Right.
like. I mean, in real life, there's a little bit more mixed in.
Yeah, right. Here's a 1.5 star. I wasn't alive in the 1970s, so I probably didn't get all the jokes, but it was almost entertaining as it was funny.
Did this movie come out in the 70s?
They made a
The
sequel. He
skits
said, and then he said,
in
made,
SNL.
they made a sequel? Question mark? Question mark.
Did they?
Did they make a sequel? They didn't make a sequel.
I thought...
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so either. 2 star. Obvious aliens trying to live life normally on Earth. Har har har.
Okay.
All right, and then a 1 star. Dan, damn it, is it? Okay, oh, that's not right. I looked at the time from my.
Yeah, there's no sequel.
I looked at the time. I was looking at the time from whenever I took the screenshot of this. It said 9:50, or sorry, 9:14. I was like, "There's no way it's 9:14 already," and I realized it was from my screenshot.
That's what I do. Is I take
This morning?
screenshots of the.
Yeah, I do too.
No, yesterday morning.
Oh.
Dan Aykroyd is awesome, but this movie is horrendous. The acting ranges
Your face is horrendous.
okay to bad, from okay to bad. The jokes bad or poor taste, and the plot is stupid. Based on a Saturday Night Live show, actually it's not a show, it's a skit, you moron. This movie fails on every level. The only reason I don't give the movie a half a star is because it's not as bad as it could be. This movie is still very bad, though.
Now they just need to make a skit or make a movie from the cowboy skit or cowbell.
I don't know how you make a
skit.
movie out of the cowbell.
I mean, just Spinal Tap again.
Yeah, basically.
That's fair.
They
Yeah,
need to
that
make a
would-
movie out of the 3 people that had the alien experience.
Dude,
Oh.
I would watch that.
That'd be
That'd be funny as
hilarious.
shit.
She
Yeah.
shoves her face in Ryan Gosling's ass. That is the funniest
And then the
thing I've ever
Coneheads are
seen.
actually the aliens that
yeah, they get up there and they're like, "Oh, it's you guys."
They're like,
Just don't put your head up my anus, okay?
No, they see her. They see Kate McKinnon or whatever, and they're like, because she's
that is the one that tried to robe us.
Yeah, all the stories she told was actually what she did to them.
Wait, what she did to them?
It's funny as fuck.
Oh, man. All right.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Now to Karen with trivia.
Hi, that's me. Was I supposed to do trivia? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so Dan Aykroyd lost it at one point during shooting on the Paramount lot. I included this because I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was a jerk. In full Conehead attire, the
I
actor...
could see him being a prick at points.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like some of this is warranted, and I feel like it's not the whole story. I just want to throw that out there first. The actor threw a mega screaming fit at the studio's Melrose Avenue gate after his personal wardrobe person was reprimanded by a security guard for busting the lot's 8-mile-an-hour speed limit. Aykroyd was so peeved after the incident and after hearing that one of his production assistants was given a hard time when he tried to enter the lot late one night that he burst into the guard station and trashed it. He threw everything on the floor, pulled one of the phones out of the wall, threw papers, knocked the computer on the floor, and held the button down on the wooden arm and started motioning incoming cars to please come right in. Welcome to Paramount Pictures. A female security
That's kind of
guard
funny, though.
A female security guard witnessing the incident got so upset that she hyperventilated and had to go to the lot's infirmary. At one point during his tirade, Aykroyd commandeered one of the studio's golf carts and drove around screaming and cursing. So there's that.
Maybe he was just not having a good day.
Well, I think a lot of it had to do with his staff and how
Yeah.
they were being treated.
Yeah.
Because there's been other incidents that I've heard of, but it's always about his staff, like the people that are working for him. So, I don't know.
He just stick it up for the people that work for him.
I feel like you could make an argument either way, and I feel like
Yeah.
they don't give enough information to really decide. I've just never heard of...
Maybe what he did was kind of out of line, but at the same time, you're like, well, he was sticking up for
There's
the
two
people,
sides to every story, or
Yeah.
maybe there's three sides. Really, there's the
Like,
side,
the
and
story
the
of him
truth.
trashing the thing and everything, like that could be an embellished story a little bit too. So
It could be, yeah. Dan Aykroyd took his daughter Danielle Aykroyd to see the film being made, and she was so fascinated by the Conehead costume she asked for one of her own. She was cast as Connie at age 3 so she could get her own cone. The French representatives of UIP took great exception to the Coneheads disguising their extraterrestrial origins by passing themselves off as being French, and insisted that all mentions be removed from the dialogue. The demand was declined. This film is rare in the fact that it featured both past members, Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Lorraine Newman, Garrett Morris, and John Lovitz. Oh man, him as the dentist.
I forgot about
fucking
that, yeah.
love John Lovitz. Then current cast members Adam Sandler, David Spade, Chris Farley, Jan Hooks, Julia Sweeney, Tim Meadows, and Phil Hartman, and even a future cast member, Michael McKean, who joined the cast of Saturday Night Live in 1975, less than a year later, prior to the original cast.
oh yeah,
Yeah. So like basically they're saying that they had cast members in this movie that were from like
multiple
The original.
generations.
different generations of SNL.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
They still do that a little bit today with some movies. Like they'll cast like say Will Ferrell in a movie, and then they'll bring in like a newer cast member
Mhm.
in the movie. Like it ain't nothing to see Will Ferrell in a movie, and then over here you got Pete Davidson,
Mhm.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
Scenes featuring
Wasn't there
Colleen
a skit
Camp.
like that with Pete Davidson and Will Ferrell?
Probably because if Will Ferrell came
If
to
Will
host,
Ferrell ever hosted while
Yeah.
Pete Davidson was on the show, yeah, probably.
That's hilarious.
Scenes featuring Colleen Camp, Ellen Cleghorn, Brian Doyle Murray, and Conan O'Brien were filmed but cut. David Spade's character is an INS agent named Eli Turnbull. In the second Conehead sketch on Saturday Night Live, Steve Martin played an IRS agent named Eli Turnbull. Co-stars Dan Aykroyd and Michael McKean share the distinction of being the only two people in SNL history to have been cast members, to have hosted SNL, and to have served as musical guests as part of their respective fictional bands, the Blues Brothers and Spinal Tap. After the moment where Beldar narfles the Garthok, there's a cut scene where he beheads it, which explains why in the wide shot afterwards the Garthok's head is lying by the throne and why Beldar has blue goo on his cone. I always wondered about the blue goo.
Yeah, well,
Like, where
see,
did it
I
come from?
remember seeing a scene like that though.
It was probably in like a DVD. You know how they have like
Yeah.
cut scenes, or if you're watching on Comedy Central, sometimes Comedy Central would have behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
including deleted scenes.
I
So-
remember seeing the scene where he decapitated it.
Yeah, so that could be where you have seen it.
Yeah, they probably filmed it and just never.
Yeah, it was
Probably
filmed.
never-
It's a deleted scene.
Yeah,
So like
okay.
if you own the movie, it's on like the deleted scenes.
I may have seen it at some point too.
I'm thinking it probably more likely would have been Comedy Central.
Yeah,
we watched it a lot
because-
on there, and Comedy Central did a lot of like behind the scenes stuff sometimes, especially if they were showing a movie for a certain reason, like its 10th anniversary or some shit. You know.
Right.
Dan Aykroyd this is another one. Dan Aykroyd reportedly made an issue about proper treatment of his makeup, hair, and wardrobe people who were being forced to park off the lot. As such, Paramount finally made up special Conehead drive-on parking permits for half a dozen or so involved. A similar spectacle was made by Aykroyd in the late 70s when he was shooting the Blues Brothers for Universal, and he tried to get a security guard fired for telling him he couldn't park on the lot. Although never mentioned in the movie, Connie's name is short for Constellation. This is the only SNL movie to be rated PG. Dan Aykroyd asked Paramount if he could direct this movie, but the studio immediately denied his request because his directorial debut was such a huge critical and financial flop.
Yeah,
Nothing but trouble.
nothing but trouble. Which is, I don't know why it's a flop. 'cause
But
it's
you
a
guys
great
can
movie.
fuck off. Like, that movie's great.
It is. It's amazing.
Steve Barron was hired due to his success with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 1990. Otto tells Beldar that the key to success is to look good, be your own boss, never work at a desk, and take cash only. Later in the movie, Beldar fulfills all of these by wearing a nice suit as the owner of his driving school, and he takes his payment in cash. And that is it.
All right. Those Coneheads for you.
We doing the box? Or are we doing?
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Every week it's like, well, we're gonna do this one. Fuck the box.
Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas.
You shut your mouth or I'll come down there and beat you with a leg that no longer works. Ghostbusters.
Oh
Fuck
my
me.
god.
Surf
All right.
ninjas.
You know what? I haven't seen that movie since we lived in Mississippi, so.
We've been getting a lot of the old school.
Dude, Ghostbusters is my bread. I don't even have to watch it. I could act the whole movie out for you right now if you want me to.
Go ahead.
I can do it. I'll do it through interpretive dance.
Add song,
She knows
please.
it in every medium.
Yes.
Yeah, add song, please.
That baby's
I
a
watched the
menace.
musical. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so next week we're gonna do Ghostbusters. Don't forget to
Follow us.
check out all that shit down there. Next week we're gonna do Ghostbusters. I don't know, like I'm glad I already did Dan Aykroyd because there are other
There's a
options
lot
now
more.
that I
Yeah.
can do, like
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. I don't think we've done
I
him
don't
yet.
think so either. I'd have to look at it.
Bill Murray, we haven't done him.
I thought we had
Fucking
done
Sigourney
Yeah.
Weaver, we haven't done her. Have we? Oh, we may have done Sigourney Weaver.
I feel like we.
This is the first one, right? We're not doing the second.
Yeah,
the
this
first
is the
one.
first one.
So it's on Max.
I don't know if we've done Sigourney Weaver.
I feel like we've done Rick Moranis.
I
I think we
think we
did.
have.
I think we have done Rick
Spaceballs.
That's the guy who got hit in the head, right?
The
Yeah,
baby's
he got
going
punched,
berserk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rick
we did
Moranis.
that.
Oh, Rick Moranis was Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that's when I learned that he was hit in the head.
Yeah, they punched some faggot punched him in the head.
Yeah.
What about
We got Bill Murray.
Sigourney Weaver was Alien 3.
Okay, so it's probably gonna be Bill Murray then. It's either that or Ivan
Uh-huh.
Reitman.
Egon.
yeah, thinking Egon.
There is no Bill Murray. And obviously we've not done Egon, so.
Right. Okay. Well, there you
Harold
go.
Ramis.
Yeah, Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
He'd be a good one.
He'd be a good one because he's done stuff other
So
than
much
acting.
directing.
He's done a lot of directing. Yeah.
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 He did Caddyshack.
I'll decide because I mean we got 2 Ghostbusters movies.
Yep.
But then again, we got a lot of Bill Murray movies.
There's only
That's what
2
I'm saying. There's a
Ghostbusters
lot.
movies.
Yeah.
You can find a lot
Well,
more. with
there's
Bill.
more than that
the
now.
only 2 that
but
count. The only 2 that count
well,
for me.
I don't know. The other 2 are sanctioned.
Sure.
He just doesn't.
Hey,
like
I am the
girl
Uber
one.
fan here.
No,
if anybody's making
that's
that
not
argument,
even in that same universe. Okay.
I
That one
thought
doesn't
it
even-
was. Doesn't he make it?
what is it?
The female cast. Of
Oh,
it.
shut your whore mouth.
I haven't seen that.
Neither
since it
have I.
came out either.
I have not seen it, and I'm
It's
not
not
going
a
to.
bad movie. It just shouldn't have been a Ghostbusters movie.
It shouldn't have.
It was a great cast. It was
They should
funny,
have done something
but it shouldn't
different.
have been a Ghostbusters movie.
Oh,
Oh, I
don't know.
have many problems. With
That's
that
what I'm saying.
movie.
I don't think it should be a Ghostbusters movie. Anyway,
I think it was
Ghostbusters.
wasted.
yeah,
as
it's
a
wasted.
It was
Yeah,
wasted as a Ghostbusters movie.
exactly. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like wasted potential there on a great movie, but instead you guys
With a
decided-
lot of good talent.
Yeah, they
a lot
had
of
some great talent in there.
Like the one of the few movies that Leslie Jones was in. Leslie Jones is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she
that
is.
woman is
The SNL
hilarious.
chick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big black chick.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
she's-
not her. I was talking about Blondie.
Kate McKinnon.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kate
that's
McKinnon.
Kate
Yeah,
McKinnon.
she's
She's
great in the
great
movie
in
too. But like Leslie
Didn't
Jones,
Leslie Jones get into some trouble though, and that was why she was kind of not cast in a
I
lot
think
of
it
other
was
stuff?
more politically or socially based.
No, I'm
something
not
like-
talking about in a movie. I'm talking about like that. Like she got
That's
in
what I'm
trouble.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she said something.
I don't know. I
but
don't really
know.
care because I think Leslie Jones is fucking hilarious and she needs more work. So I think you should give it to her. But it's me.
Well, that's why you keep your mouth shut and dance, monkey dance.
That's exactly right. Just fucking dance. Don't just keep your mouth shut. Hollywood, keep your mouth shut. There's-
I mean, I
Well,
gotta keep
in
my
the
mouth shut to
end-
keep my job. You know
in
what I'm
the
saying? Like that's
end-
why I don't wear anything that shows where I work. I don't talk about work on here because the minute I say one thing wrong, next thing I know, I'm getting the axe.
Yeah.
Right, because in the end, the only people
Get,
that are going to care what you're
coaching.
saying are the people that disagree with you. And then
Yeah.
it's going to spread and people aren't going to like you.
Yep.
And in a job where it's important that people
Mhm.
like you,
Right.
maybe just don't say anything at all. Can't
Right.
if you don't have nothing nice
Mhm.
to say, don't say anything at all.
I agree with that. Yeah. Anyway, next week Ghostbusters, and we'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.